Hi, it's me, Barbie, and I'd like to tell you the story of Serafina's Palace Adventure. For those of you who don't know, Serafina is the royal cat of the lovely Princess Annalise. The two are best friends and spend every waking moment together, but not every moment is a waking one. I'm so sleepy. Good night, Serafina. Sleep tight.
Good night, Princess. Don't let the bedbugs bite.
And while the princess slept, Serafina would tiptoe out and go on adventures in the palace. The palace was a very different place at night. Everyone was asleep. The princess was asleep. The queen was asleep. Even the royal guards were asleep.
How they sleep with that noise, I'll never know.
But someone was awake, and that someone was Serafina's worst enemy, Midas, the dog of the Queen's royal advisor, Preminger. He hated Serafina, and on this particular night, he found her in the royal kitchen.
Time for a midnight feast. Let's see. Salmon, sardines, anchovies. Claws make the perfect jar openers. Just pop one into the lid, cut round the edge, and Bob's your uncle. Supper time for Serafina.
So, Serafina, we meet again.
Brilliant, Midas. Of course we meet again. We live in the same palace. Hello. Though why anyone would want you here, I'll never know. Care for an anchovy?
No thanks. I prefer filet of feline.
Midas lunged at Serafina, and she took off, racing through the palace. Finally, Serafina saw a small hole in the wall of the royal drawing room and ducked inside it. Midas tried to do the same. Only he couldn't quite fit.
Serafina!
Honestly, Midas, you must learn some self-control.
Midas was keeping guard at the hole, so Serafina had to find another way out. The hole had led her into the walls of the palace itself. It was dark and dusty here, and she strained to see as she walked.
Ooh, it's ever so dusty in here. And these rough floors cannot be good for my pedicure. I wonder if there's anyone round who can tell me the way back out to my bedroom.
Just then, a small mouse skittered by, catching Serafina's eye.
Hello, what's this? Oh, Mousie, I do beg your pardon. Excuse me? Oh, over here, please. Hello?
The little mouse looked up and saw Serafina.
Why, hello.
And took off like a shot.
Oh, wait! I need to ask you something.
Serafina took off after the little mouse, and they ran all through the walls of the palace, until...
Ouch!
The little mouse tripped and fell into a mousetrap, which snapped onto his tail. Serafina ran to his side.
Oh, my dear. Are you all right?
Please, don't eat me.
Eat you? Are you a shrimp cocktail? A meat pie? Lobster bisque?
No. I'm a mouse. Don't cats eat mice?
Oh, some cats eat mice. I like to think I have a more sophisticated palate. Now, are you all right?
I think so. I'm just a little... Ouch! Stuck.
Oh, that is a sticky wicket. Here, let me help you.
Really?
Of course.
Using all her might, Serafina pried open the trap and freed the little mouse, who bowed deeply.
Oh, thank you. Great and wondrous cat who cares not for the taste of mice. Thank you.
You can call me Serafina.
Serafina. And I'm Bruno. Prince Bruno.
Prince Bruno?
The Mouse Prince. We mice have a whole kingdom deep within the walls of this palace.
Truly? But I've lived in the palace all my life. I've never heard of a mouse kingdom.
That's because we keep it a secret. Humans don't like to have us around much. I don't know why. Hey, would you like to see our kingdom? We have snacks.
Steamed milk in china saucers.
Old Swiss cheese. Extra moldy.
Right. Well then, I would be honored.
Great! Follow me.
Prince Bruno led the winding way through the walls of the palace as Serafina followed.
We just have to be careful. I don't usually come to this part of the palace, so I'm not sure where all the booby traps are.
Booby traps?
To keep the kingdom safe from things that aren't nice to mice, like snakes, spiders, brooms.
No sooner had he spoken of them than Prince Bruno fell into one of his kingdom's booby traps, a chute that opened into a giant hole beneath him. Serafina peered inside to look for him.
Bruno, are you there? Oh dear, Bruno! Why must I always do the right thing?
Taking a deep breath, Serafina leaped into the hole that swallowed Prince Bruno. The chute twisted and turned for what seemed like ages, until she finally landed, on her feet of course, in a soft patch of dirt.
I say, I'm going to need a royal bath when this is all over. Oh my goodness me. Bruno, are you all right?
He was curled into a heap on the floor. Serafina ran to his side and gently picked him up in her mouth to make sure he was okay. Slowly, Bruno started to stir.
Serafina?
Just then, Serafina and Bruno were bathed in bright light from a torch. It was a small torch, but it took 7 mice to hold it up. More mice surrounded them. In fact, Serafina and Bruno were circled in by a huge crowd of mice, many of whom held hard pellets as weapons. The pellets looked like frozen peas. One by one, the mice saw Bruno in Serafina's mouth and cried out,
It's a cat! She's got the prince. She's gonna eat him. We have to save him. Let's get her. Yeah!
The mice wound up to pelt their hard frozen peas at Serafina. She looked around desperately for a place to hide, but she was surrounded. There was no way out. She cringed, waiting for the first pellets to hit, when suddenly, at the last possible second...
Wait! Please put down your peas! Serafina is my friend. Really? The cat's his friend. I was caught in a mousetrap and she pulled me out. Serafina saved my life. But she's a cat. Doesn't she eat mice? She has a more sophisticated palate.
A hush came over the crowd as they took in what Bruno said. Then a lone mouse piped up.
3 cheers for Serafina! 3 cheers for her palate! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everyone. You're ever so kind.
So the mice put down their peas and led Serafina and Bruno into the Mouse Kingdom, where they held a feast in Serafina's honor. All night long, Serafina and the mice dined on their best extra moldy Swiss cheese, while the mice danced and played music for their new friend. They even made Serafina an honorary mouse.
Now let's see if I've got this right. Squeak!
The party could have gone on for days, but all too soon, Serafina realized it was morning, and Princess Annalise would soon be awake. Serafina said goodbye to her new friends, the mice.
Goodbye, my friends. Oh, no tears now. Pip, pip, cheerio, ta-ta.
Goodbye, Serafina.
And Serafina and Prince Bruno left the Mouse Kingdom. Bruno led Serafina down a long corridor that ended in a hole in the wall, which opened right into Princess Annalise's closet.
Thank you ever so much for showing me your kingdom, Bruno. I can't believe it was right here my whole life, and I never even knew.
I can't believe I was afraid of cats my whole life. And now a cat is one of my best friends. Promise you'll visit again?
Cross my heart.
Serafina and Bruno hugged. Then Bruno scampered back into his kingdom in the walls, while Serafina squeezed through the hole that led into Princess Annalise's closet. The princess was still asleep, so Serafina quietly tiptoed into her own bed, curled into a ball, and settled in for a nap, dreaming of her latest adventures and her brand new friends. Do you like the story? That's only one of Serafina's many adventures. Now you can be Serafina's princess and take her with you on your adventures. See you next time!
For more fun with yours truly, you can visit The Princess and the Pauper at Barbie.com.